10 miles north of Lincoln are the main gates of RAF Hemswell. Built in 1937 and used as bomber command till 1959. Closed for military use in 1969. The guardroom in 1940 was a single-storey building. In 1937 they built 3 C-type hangars. This one is in original condition. The other 2 upgraded for commercial use with new fascia. You can see in the hangar door the drive where you put the cranking handle to open them. In 1943 converted from grass runways to an A-class airfield with 3 hard runways and a perimeter track. Now on the perimeter track, turning to look down the north-south runway, only a narrow section is left. The building on the base are still in good condition and used for commercial business. This particular building believed to be the central heating plant, but Jordan, the young man who bought the building, thought it was used for parachute packing. The old water tower of the station is now derelict. They filmed some of the dambuster scenes from Hemswell. The buildings are similar to those at RAF Scampton. The Red Door building, I was told, was a blacksmith shop. The memorial for all who served and those who lost their lives flying from RAF Hemswell. This is situated on the old parade ground, which is now a car park for the centre. On the 29th of September 1939, 24 days after we declared war on Germany, 5 Amdens from 144 Squadron from RAF Hemswell were shot down near Heligoland, 45 miles off the German coast. 15 crew members were killed and 5 were captured. Squadrons operating from RAF Hemswell. 144 and 61 squadrons operate in Blenheims and Hampdens. 300 and 301 and 305 were Polish squadrons operating Vickers Wellingtons. 170 and 150 squadrons Avro Lancasters. Losses from RAF Hemswell: 122 aircraft were lost, 35 Hampdens, 62 Vickers Wellingtons and 22 Avro Lancasters. This is the 6th Bomber Command station I visited this year, and a total of 766 Lancasters were lost. Right, back at East Kirkby, I asked Brad about the chin cowling radiator flaps, which cover about 20% when fitted. We did a small video of Brad restoring them a few weeks back. I asked him whether they were hoping to get the engines up to a running temperature quicker in cold weather.
Taking these up to block the flow through the radiators to help it warm up quicker and then stay at a higher temperature to bring the engine, get the engine hotter. So hopefully it'll work. So these haven't been opened for about 50 years, so they took a bit of freeing off these pins, but they're quite heavily spring loaded, and all of the springs are good, so it's a bonus.
Has the chin cowlings flaps on the radiator improved it at all? Got it warmer?
Getting hotter, hotter, quicker.
Yeah.
It's not going any hotter than it normally do.
No.
About 10 degrees hotter by the end of the run, but you're getting there quicker, so
Yeah.
it's heating the engine up more.
Good.
So it
it's
seems
working.
to be working, yeah.
Yeah. But you can't control them though, can you? You can't turn them on and off.
Not if come under. These radiator flaps is how you would control it, because they are operable from the cockpit.
Yeah. That's the only control you've got of those flaps on the radiator, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
For the airflow.
No, what has happened to that bomb?
asked Les if he'd show me how he connected the power supply up underneath the wheel arch of the port side. He had to check with Gerb, and Gerb said it was okay provided he was there as well. He would allow me inside the ropes.
So you've got 4 12-volt batteries.
Why did they give you 24 volts?
Yeah. So that is in series, not powered on.
Two would be in parallel.
Yeah.
A pair will be in
get
series.
Yeah, to get the voltage up to 24. Yeah. Right. Thank you.
Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to connect the lead to the socket that you can see just below those 2 yellow wires.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is obviously very.
Can I have a look in the terminal end?
Sure.
So what we've got here, you've got positive, negative, earth.
Yeah. So this is an exceptionally heavy cable because obviously it's drawing an awful lot of current. We can talk to Spen and find out exactly what that current is.
Yeah.
So we position it in here first of all, because obviously we've got to climb under the
Yeah.
So first things first. Right, so this is the plug, that's the socket. Just stand yourself up straight.
And it is only just a push in.
Just to push
the
in.
friction
That's all it is.
held, yeah.
Now obviously what we've got to make sure of is that it doesn't drop out. Have you seen the priming side of this as well, Nev?
The what, sorry?
Have you gone through the priming side?
Don't know whether it will focus in it.
Okay, when we actually come in to do the pre-start part,
Yeah.
priming the engines, we've got a Gas primer here, which we can unscrew, and then pump obviously.
Yeah.
We
And how many
select,
pumps do you do?
well it depends on the temperature of the day, and whether it's the first or second start, how many pumps, but on a cold morning, like this morning we were doing 12.
12. And
12 full
that
strokes.
pumps neat petrol into both inlets of 1 and 2 engine.
Yes. So we got 2 selectors. This one effectively is for number 2. We've got one over here hidden behind this black box, which is for number
I
1.
haven't got those, guys.
Okay.
Right.
So number 1 is here,
Yep.
just behind this black box. Number 2 is there. You select them independently. So we do number 2 first. Undo the primer and pump. You've got to initially get all the air out of the system. So once you get a positive pressure, we start counting from that point on. The number of pumps will depend on, as I say, the outside air temperature, whether it's been started previously or not. So having done number 2, we turn that one to off, go on to number 1, open that one, do the same thing again, lock it off.
Yeah.
So now we're all ready, that's closed, that's closed, that's closed. It's a case of rechecking that that is in positively.
Careful, Les.
Down again. As I said, we can go surfing with this thing.
And now what do you switch on at the front here, do you?
Yeah, hang on. Before we do that, because this is such a heavy cable, we've got to make sure that it's resting on the top side of the tyre.
Check the weight.
Yeah. And then,
Doesn't
as I
the
say,
vibration of the aircraft move it off when the other engines start?
no,
No.
no, if you don't rest it like this, there is a risk it could drop back out.
Yeah, and swing
So we
it
just have
about.
to make absolutely sure that it's plugged in firmly,
Yeah.
and that we've got the weight of the cable on here.
Yeah.
And then it's simply a case of selecting the power on with that switch.
I see.
Now
There's the
obviously-
red light comes on
Yeah,
there. Oh, right,
Yeah.
good. Well, we've learnt a bit this morning. Yes, thank you.
pleasure.
Good.
Turn this
He's
So
man
what they
A
call
as
it
far
then?
as this,
Sorry?
as far as starting is concerned, he's man A.
Man A, oh, I see.
And then you have a man B and a man C.
Just the 3 ground crew like, yeah. He's man
Normally.
A.
Yeah.
Well, if you
So
train your
all the
pilots,
pilot's requests and instructions go between the pilot and him.
Yeah.
He then conveys the pilot's requirements to the 2 lads, one either side. So he chocks out or in, same deal. When it comes to, he's ready to start the engines and he wants the priming to commence. The pilot signals to him and he signals to man B and man C.
It's in his signal. So I've
50 amps
maybe.
will be the current draw when you're starting off the trolley act.
Is that how much it draws?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think under load, each starter motor draw maybe somewhere between 100 and 200 amps, I would have thought.
Around this side so you can take a picture of you.
Turn it on.
Turning that on. Yeah.
Chops. Okay, thanks very much lads. That was good.
That's it, gents.